This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Suspicious deaths. Police discover the bodies of two men in a home in Fall River.
School's out. Nova Scotia parents criticize the 2-hour final day of the school year.
And spicy decoy. Dalhousie students use these eggs to save at-risk turtle nests from dangerous predators.
Canada Day is here, and we'll see some sunshine in the mix with some spotty shower chances as well. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening. We begin with some breaking news. The RCMP is investigating 2 suspicious deaths at a home in Fall River.
Police discovered the bodies Monday afternoon. Officers responded to a report of a deceased man inside a home on Lincolnshire Drive around 3:40 p.m. While on scene, officers located a second man, also deceased, in another part of the home.
Few other details have been released. RCMP say the investigation is ongoing, and they're working with the Nova Scotia Medical Examiner Service to determine the exact cause of the deaths. Waigama First Nation has banned a Cape Breton couple from their community in response to RCMP charges of human and drug trafficking. Police say the charges against 63-year-old Hubert Matthews and 61-year-old Harriet Batiste result from a year-long investigation into allegations people were being lured with drugs and enticed to have sex with other people who were paying for that service. Both Waigama and Bodladek First Nation are offering support to the victims.
Today was the last day of school for most Nova Scotian school kids. For many, it's a day of celebration and excitement for the summer holidays. But the final day has many parents scratching their heads. Here's the CBC's Frances Willick to explain why.
Most kids are looking forward to a summer of sun, fun, and a break from the rigors of the school classroom. But before they get to their summer holiday, there's one final school day. And that school day is, mystifyingly, only 2 hours long. Parents everywhere want to know why.
I've always found it kind of mystifying. If there isn't some sort of, educational purpose to it, then it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's also very disruptive. I'm sure it's disruptive for the teachers and all the parents. You can't get childcare on a day with 2 hours of school.
That inconvenience is felt by many parents.
So it's kind of hard to do the school drop off and pick up. You get home, you get your other kids inside, and then you got to go right back again. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of pointless, but I'm not really sure why they do it.
They do nothing. They sit on the playground and play. They're not doing anything. It's 2 hours to do what? And the report cards are electronically now, so it's not like they're going for the handout.
A statement from the Halifax Regional Centre for Education says the 2-hour day is set by the provincial school calendar. It's an opportunity to connect with teachers, celebrate the end of the year, return school materials, say goodbye, and wrap up the year in a positive and meaningful way. The statement says students are expected to attend and attendance is recorded, but no one will be disadvantaged if they don't attend. The Education Department says the day counts toward the designated number of school days per year and that teachers use the rest of the day to close up their classrooms. Frances Willick, CBC News, Halifax.
Nova Scotia Teachers Union President Peter Day is looking ahead to the next school year already. He says schools can expect a shortage of teachers. There will be a loss of over 80 positions from cuts announced in the spring.
The reality is we have classrooms that are far too large, so more teachers in the system would always be a benefit. But teacher specialists, whether that's our behavior specialists, our school psychologists, our school counselors, our speech language pathologists, all of these specialized teachers provide resources for these students and supports to help them meet their needs and find success in the classroom.
Despite an increase in funding from the province, Day says the growth in students in the last 5 years has not been adequately addressed in the education budget.
Nova Scotia Health has a new permanent president and CEO. Executive Vice President Dr. Nicole Boutlier takes over the role beginning tomorrow. Dr. Boutlier is currently responsible for medicine and clinical operations at Nova Scotia Health. She will take over from interim leader Karen Oldfield, who's held the position since 2021. Oldfield will become the CEO of Accelerate Nova Scotia, a new agency with a mandate to transform Nova Scotia's health innovation into economic growth. A memorial skate park in Cape Breton was vandalized this past weekend. Someone poured thick black resin into the bowl, making it no longer skatable. Anna Rack has that story.
Thick black globs of tar-like polyurethane resin sit at the bottom of the bowl at this skate park in Glace Bay. The Daniel Taylor Memorial Skate Park is only 2 skate bowls, forcing these kids that come here almost every afternoon to only one side of the park.
That took up most of the space there, and we don't really want to have to travel to New Waterford or Sydney just to go on a different skate park. And this isn't that big either.
The skate park is often used by the people at the Undercurrent Youth Society. They're concerned about the safety of the people that use the park.
We didn't know if it was chemical, toxic, what it was. Number 2 was the actual skateboarding, like if someone had have skated near it or through it, they may have fallen.
There's a skate competition held at the park every year in Daniel Taylor's honor. Megan Sims of the Undercurrent Youth Centre says it is painful to see it vandalized.
When kids are going and they're throwing tar or resin or just thinking they're having harmless behavior, it's a ripple effect on a family that lost their son 18 years ago. On the friends that also lost that person, the new people that they invite into their life, like myself.
The Island Skateboard Association says the municipality will be helping to clean up the spill, but is not clear when that will happen.
Incidents like this aren't caused by skateboarders or by users of the park. Things like this happen just from, it feels to me like it's a symptom of boredom.
The Dantee is a memorial skate park and should be treated as such. And if you're bored and want something to do, come to Undercurrent and I'll give you something to do, I promise.
Undercurrent Youth Society and the ISA hope to see the bowl cleaned up soon. Anna Rack, CBC News, Glace Bay.
The province is adding more than 80 new pieces of equipment to its fleet of road maintenance vehicles. The gear consists of front-end loaders with clippers to better get under guardrails and planers and sweepers and compactors for patching roads. Each area of the province will have a designated crew to operate the equipment. The new equipment will cost the province $8 million. It will be deployed as soon as workers receive operational training.
Marine Atlantic will not be going on strike as the ferry service and Unifor have reached an agreement. In a short statement posted on the union's website, the two parties announced that they have successfully resolved their issues. It says they reached an agreement by, quote, keeping the interests of bargaining unit members, the traveling public, and the communities that rely on the service at the forefront. As a result, there will be no labor disruption. A collective agreement, however, hasn't been reached. They say discussions with the help of a mediator will resume the week of July 27th.
All right, lots of focus on Canada Day and the weather. Here's Ryan to talk about that.
It sounds like things are looking up.
Yeah, things are definitely looking brighter. Still a chance for some showers for Canada Day, no question about it, but less chance than there was 24, 36, 48 hours ago. We're heading in an improving direction. Have a look at our high temperatures first for Tuesday. 29 in Keji, 29 in and around the Halifax metro area, 31 at Western Head. That was our hot spot today. And yes, we're going to be back into the mid to high 20s for tomorrow. I think, again, it's really going to be contingent on how much we can see those sunny breaks breaking through. And I do think we'll see sunny breaks, especially across the north and a chance for showers, yes, but as we watch the future tracker, note those shower chances this evening coming to an end. For Wednesday morning, it's a very slight risk along this warm frontal boundary moving in the morning, and then just spotty showers, as you can see, tomorrow afternoon. But nothing that's going to be a washout by any stretch, but make sure you've got the umbrella handy. Scattered shower and thunderstorm chances continue as we roll through the rest of the week, and it's because, yeah, the muggy meter is spiking. We'll talk about that with your 7-day coming up.
Lots to talk about. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Raccoons and other predators who like to snack on turtle eggs may be in for a spicy surprise. An unusual research project is meant to help make sure tiny turtles break out of their shells alive. CBC's Meg Campbell explains.
These two Dalhousie students are trying to find ways to keep turtle eggs from being snacked on, and they've come up with a spicy solution.
So this is one of our fake eggs that we make back in the lab at Dalhousie. And so what this fake egg actually is a mixture of kind of household ingredients that are pretty easy to come upon. So the middle is just simply chicken egg yolk, as well as gelatin and water. And to make them aversive, we put some capsicum extract in them, which really makes them spicy. So we put these in our fake nests and make the nest smell like a real turtle nest. And hopefully the raccoons come across and eat these and have a very negative reaction to the spice.
So why are they making fake spicy eggs? This nest on the side of the highway in Lower Sackville is a good example of the problem they're trying to solve. Only 2 eggs left in a snapping turtle nest that might have held as many as 100.
Right here we have snapping turtle nest predation. So what happened is likely a raccoon came and sniffed out the nest and dug it up, and then these here are all of the snapping turtle eggshells that have been eaten, unfortunately. Nest predation is one of the main drivers of turtle decline.
It's an issue Leal stumbled upon early in his studies.
We'd see a turtle nesting, come back an hour or two later, and it was gone from being eaten by a raccoon or fox and such. So it really hit my heart when I saw that, and I wanted to do something to help.
Leal says that help is especially important as populations of raccoons and other predators are on the rise in Canada.
We're seeing a lot of predation, like in a lot of sites in Nova Scotia and across Canada. All turtle nests that are put in the ground by turtles are being eaten by predators. And for snapping turtles, for example, it takes like 80 to 100 years to replace that one turtle in the population again.
And there's more bad news for snapping and painted turtles.
There's also other terrible things that happen to turtles, such as roadkill. So those kind of 2 factors together make it really hard for turtles to survive, live a long, healthy life, and as well create the next generation.
Despite those bumps in the road for the at-risk species, these researchers hold out hope for a brighter future. The egg decoys are new to Canada, but they've been tried as a way of protecting shorebirds in New Zealand with promising results. Early evidence leads Bruce to believe they'll have similar success.
And there's some good signs showing that our eggs are actually aversive, since many times they won't eat all the eggs that we put in the nest, which means that they eat one and they don't like it, so they move along, which is a good sign to see.
The pair hopes that by leaving raccoons shell-shocked, they'll give hatchling turtles a chance to grow into their own shells. Meg Campbell, CBC News, Lower Sackville.
The eggs might be a nasty surprise, huh?
To watch the raccoons, it would be an interesting sight.
Yeah. Hope it works.
Yeah, well, tomorrow is Canada Day, and tonight we're looking back at the celebrations of the past.
To celebrate the nation's birth, a father-son duo from Lockport raced their antique Model Ford T's along Crescent Beach in 1982. The CBC's Gerard Jolivet reported. Have a look.
This is Crescent Beach, which appears on the 50 Canadian dollar bill. And it was here today that the 1 mile race took place. 5 years ago, Louis Huskilson, 71 years old, mayor of Lockport, and his son, Malcolm, 32 years old, chose to celebrate Canada Day their way. Each has won twice. Little Mac, as he is called, is the favorite. His 1915 Ford Model T is slightly faster, but Big Mac is confident in his 1910 Ford Model T. Big Mac won twice again. He won the afternoon race and earlier had won a warm-up. Big Mac explained why he won the race.
So I took her home and worked till 11 o'clock last night on her. And I found a little something that I knew darn well I was going to beat him this time.
This race is supposed to end Big Mac racing career. He says 70 kilometers an hour is too tough for him and his car. But Little Mac wants a rematch next year before retiring. Gérard Jolivet, CBC News, Lockport.
There's a beautiful look at Halifax. Ryan is up next with the full weather forecast. See you on the other side of the break.
All right, Ryan back with us now. Yeah, beautiful day in Nova Scotia. Downright hot for many of us, for sure, but all eyes on tomorrow.
Yes, it sounds like a pretty good day. Maybe possible showers here and there.
Yeah, that's right. Possible, but looking less and less likely, which is great. So an improving forecast, which is always what we want as we get closer to the day. A few showers kicking around today. I know we showed Peggy's Cove yesterday with the time lapse. Have to go back there again today because a shower cleared the place out for a few minutes anyway. Have a look at this. So again, a beautiful start at Peggy's and lots of sunshine this morning. It was a really nice start to the day. And you can see that lots obviously flocking there again in droves. And then you'll see kind of, around 2 o'clock this afternoon, getting a little darker and wet.
Everybody runs for cover.
Showers, but then everybody is back now. And
just went to their cars for a minute.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And there's a live look at Peggy's Cove right now. Thanks to Nova Scotia webcams for that. And it is a pretty nice evening. The radar's looking pretty quiet. Couple of isolated cells, but overall, yes, nice indeed. Pretty active start to the day in Cape Breton with showers and thunderstorms and severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Inverness and Victoria County this morning and into the Sydney area. It was, rocking and rolling this morning. A quieter afternoon for you folks. Temperatures there 19 right now. It's 27 in Kentville, 28 in Greenwood. And you can see the current winds, which are fairly light, which is nice, and some gusts to 40 kilometers per hour Lunenburg. There are those cells earlier that moved through Peggy's. Those have cleared away. Eastern Shore with a few showers earlier up towards the Colchester-Cumberland area as well. Those have cleared away. So yeah, it's pretty quiet. Still watching some activity here over New Brunswick. So there's still an isolated risk as we move through the next couple of hours, but this is what we're watching for tomorrow. And the forecast models all week have been trying to figure out just how much cloud cover is going to be in the mix when this warm front sweeps into the region tomorrow. And behind it, it is indeed the heat. 36, Nashville, St. Louis. Not going to get this warm, but 31 in Toronto. I think we will be seeing some 30s on the board by the time we get to Thursday here across Nova Scotia. We will see for tonight temperatures into the mid-teens. For the mainland, we're going to be low to mid-teens. I'll be right near 11, 12, 13 degrees for Cape Breton. Thunderstorm outlook for Wednesday for Canada Day. There is a risk for New Brunswick, not a risk for Nova Scotia. We will be seeing just an isolated shower chance here for the next hour or two, then quiet. Tomorrow morning, as this warm front just drapes its way through the region, could see an isolated shower tomorrow morning, Cape Breton and that Northumberland Shore region. This particular model's not showing it, but can't rule it out completely here. And then I think the greater risk for tomorrow is going to be into the southwest of the province, beginning late morning into the afternoon. But you can see those shower chances are pretty spotty, not a washout by any stretch. That risk does extend into Halifax and even towards eastern areas. You can see the cloud cover kicking up here into the afternoon as this warmer air and muggier air arrives. And so things will just be a little unsettled. So if you are going to be on foot tomorrow, just throw an umbrella in your backpack to be safe. The shower chance, again, for Cape Breton is primarily in the morning, 30%, and then at 30% into the late afternoon, but it's a pretty quiet day for Cape Breton tomorrow. Temperatures you can see quite variable. Warmest inland, mid-20s. We're going to be seeing Antigonish across that Northumberland Shore, climbing into the mid-20s tomorrow, mid-20s through central areas as well. We're going to be seeing those onshore winds keeping temps a little bit cooler, more like 16 right along the coastline. And I think we're in a better chance to get into some 27s and 28s from Bridgewater up into the valley tomorrow. This is when the heat really arrives. And note for Thursday, with the heat and humidity in place, it's a chance for showers and thunderstorms even in the morning. But into the afternoon is going to be our greater risk once the sun does come out. And yeah, we'll be flirting with 30, if not getting there, for the valley down towards Bridgewater, and even some 30s possibly inland for the northeast. And we're pretty much going to cut and paste that forecast in for Friday. Shower and thunderstorm chances even in the morning, but especially into the afternoon. Heat, humidity, big factors. That muggy meter, yes, peaking at both Thursday and Friday. When the dew point is 20 plus, it's going to feel so oppressive. Your body, it just can't sweat because the moisture is, the air is so full of moisture already that your body can't sweat properly. So it is going to be one of those, a couple of those days feeling pretty similar on Saturday. More shower and thunderstorm chances. And a fresher air mass looking set to sweep in Sunday, Monday, and into early next week. Tom and Amy.
All in all, not too bad.
Very summary.
Thanks so much, Ryan.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
Well, as you probably know, tick populations are on the rise across the Maritimes.
The CBC's Shane Fowler got some advice on how to properly check for them from a New Brunswick tick biologist.
Growing up in rural New Brunswick, keeping an eye out for ticks was never something that anybody ever did. But now, with milder winters and a growing population that's moving north, doing tick checks, and that means stripping down and looking in very concealed places thoroughly, is something that everyone should be doing according to Professor Vet Lloyd, a tick expert here at Mount Allison University.
Your viewers are lucky. They were mating mere minutes ago, but they've stopped now. They're crawly. While they're crawling, they're not particularly dangerous. They are dangerous once they start sucking your blood. They have been called nature's dirty needles, and that's very apt. I also like to call them crawly bags of pathogens. There's nothing good about a tick.
If every tick suddenly died, there would be no funeral, according to Professor Lloyd. A true parasite, she says they occupy no niche in the food web, and there's no other species that depends on them for food or reproduction. The diseases they spread, moving from one animal to another to potentially humans, can be nasty.
So Lyme disease, still the most common. Nova Scotia has a huge amount of anaplasmosis. We're seeing it too. That one destroys all your blood cells. Your blood cells are there for a reason, so that's really not good. We've got babesia. That's a malaria-like illness. Really not wonderfully fun. We've got a bunch of spotted fever pathogens that are slowly coming in. They're still quite rare.
So that's why checking for ticks is important, even if it's a bit awkward.
What is a tick check?
Okay, a tick check is a necessary new addition to everyone, certainly everyone in southern New Brunswick, but might as well get used to it now. In the summer, which is basically any time when there is not snow on the ground, counts. At some point during the day, you're going to be naked. Take a moment to look into a mirror. What you are looking at is something that looks like a freckle, but a freckle with legs. They're generally going to crawl up. Now, ticks crawl very slowly, so you don't feel any skittering feeling. And what they want to do is suck your blood for 5 days, 6 days a week. So they want to be in a nice, cozy place where you're not going to see them and detect them. So they're going upwards. They're looking for moist, dark, warm. Think about what's at the top of your legs. That would be a good place to look. You're going to be feeling. Then you're going to look down at your body. You're looking at every crack and crevice. You may not enjoy it. I certainly don't, but you get used to it. Because the sooner you get the tick off you, the less time it has to give you the various pathogens that may be in it.
Coming up, school's out for the summer. We'll hear from the Teachers Union about how the year went. It's the last day of school in Nova Scotia, a chance for students to look forward to summer fun ahead. For educators, it's a chance to reflect on the year that was and contemplate what classrooms might look like in the fall to come. Peter Day is the head of the Nova Scotia Teachers Union with us now. So, Mr. Day, I know you've got a few school years under your belt. What stood out for you about this one this year?
Oh yeah, this year, I mean, like any other school year is different, has its unique challenges and unique successes. But this school year, many teachers across Nova Scotia were presented with some very real issues around lack of supports for their students and dealing with violent incidents in our classroom.
Okay, let's talk about some of that. Lack of support. I know with recent job cuts being announced this spring, what are you anticipating classrooms will look like come September?
Well, with the loss of over 80 positions, I expect that that's going to have a negative impact on our classrooms. The reality is, our students are in need of supports, academic supports, behavioral supports, and our teachers are struggling to meet the needs of those students. So when we start taking away those supports at a time when really more supports and resources should be put in place for those students, but it will have a negative impact.
So is it more specialists than teachers per se?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is we have classrooms that are far too large, so more teachers in the system would always be a benefit. But teacher specialists, whether that's our behavior specialists, our school psychologists, our school counselors, our speech language pathologists, all of these specialized teachers provide resources for these students and supports to help them meet their needs and find success in the classroom.
The Houston government had promised jobs to new BED grads. Are they upholding that promise in your view?
My understanding was that was last year. This year, we haven't seen that. We know that there's a teacher shortage, not just here in Nova Scotia, but right across the country, and other provinces are going to take this opportunity to, hire as many teachers as they can. I really think Nova Scotia's falling behind in doing that. Our teachers are the lifeblood of our schools, and that they're the ones that are in front of the students every day. And we need to ensure that we have quality teachers in front of our students.
And yet the province would say they're spending a lot on education, and if I understand correctly, funding is up in education as a budget line item. Is it not?
Well, technically, yes, there was a marginal increase to the education budget line, but that's to reflect the formula, which is directly tied to enrollment. So we see an increase in students. So there's going to be an increase in funding for education. However, we've seen a growth in population over the last 5 years that has not yet been addressed. And on top of that, we've had record levels of inflation. So the reality is our schools, our regional centers for education, our school board, their spending power isn't as much as it was just a few years ago.
Okay, you touched on violence there at the outset. I want to come back to that. The violence in the classrooms, it's been a long-standing issue, and it's seemingly a bigger issue as years go by. Are you seeing any improvements in that regard?
Well, in September, the school code of conduct was issued to all our schools. And with that initial push of that policy, we did see some positives come out of that. However, the unfortunate part is how this code of conduct is implemented, and it's not being implemented uniformly across the province. Even within schools, within their own family of schools, you have how that code of conduct is being implemented far different than a school down the road. And the reality is, we have students who, are younger students who don't have the ability to self-regulate, and they may get dysregulated and cause a classroom to become evacuated, and that is a common practice. I'm not just talking about violent incidents that we hear that are big news stories. We have violent incidents that are occurring every day in our schools right across this province, and we really need to look at putting supports in place to address those violence.
Okay, lots to think about there for sure. Listen, before you go, I know there's lots of discussion about how useful the last day of school is. We're here now. That day just 2 hours long. Some just think it's a waste of time. I have to ask you your 2 cents worth on this. Does it make sense to you?
Well, I can tell you, as a teacher, that last day of school, particularly for our younger grades, it's a great opportunity for the teachers to talk with students and give them all their best for the summer. I mean, you develop relationships with your students over the year, and it's a great way to send students off. And from I guess, a housekeeping standpoint, it's a great opportunity for our kids to pick up all their belongings and make sure that things aren't left behind. And then, after the students leave, it gives the opportunity for teachers to close up their classrooms. So I do see some value in it. I understand why some parents might be a little bit frustrated with it, but there is value there for the whole school community.
There is that. Okay, Peter Day, head of the Nova Scotia Teachers Union, thanks so much for this.
Thank you so much.
Coming up, Russians are grappling with a widespread fuel crisis following Ukraine's attacks on energy facilities.
And health officials are worried about heat-related illnesses as record-setting temperatures hit some parts of Canada. Welcome back. July 1st is not only Canada Day, it's also deadline day for renewing CUSMA, the Canada-US-Mexico trade agreement.
But as the CBC's Ashley Burke reports, Canadians are already being warned not to get their hopes up.
Good to see you.
The Prime Minister's keeping expectations low, saying that he doesn't expect to sign a renewal of North America's free trade deal tomorrow.
There's a virtual meeting with the three partners tomorrow. We're expecting, a constructive exchange. I wouldn't expect any drama tomorrow. I'm not looking for my pen.
Carney wants to renew CUSMA for 16 years, which is an option built into the original deal.
Entonces, yo, por ejemplo, ya firme cuál es la posición de México.
Mexico's president wants that too, but a Canadian source told CBC News U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer is not expected to agree to that tomorrow.
I think the Americans will continue kind of their aggressive posture, pushing their unfairness narrative against Canada, and that might be why they don't renew for 16 years and why they do this annual review. We'd love the certainty of 16 years.
That doesn't mean the trade deal is dead. It will stay in place for the next decade with annual reviews. The source said they expect the U.S. will want to keep talking bilaterally with Mexico and Canada instead.
The Americans will say not so fast, we're not ready, and we will continue on in the discussions. And so it'll be a flashpoint.
Trump wants concessions, including American booze back on Canadian shelves. But Canada wants something too. Relief from Trump's tariffs hammering Canadian industries like steel, aluminum, lumber, and autos.
It's very important in these talks with the United States and with Mexico that a priority for Canada is to have the Sector 232 tariffs removed on important industries in Canada. We have to hold the line on that.
The government promising it will stand up for workers.
And we'll continue to fight this trade war.
The July 1st call is the first time Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. will meet to talk about the future of CUSMA. Some of Carney's advisors tell us that success for Canada tomorrow is to keep talks going. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Ottawa.
The Prime Minister spent the day in northern Quebec trying to forge a deeper partnership with Inuit leaders. The meeting comes as Ottawa prepares to spend billions of dollars across the region to build up the military and assert Canada's sovereignty in the north. The CBC's Olivia Stefanovich reports.
The Prime Minister arrived in Kuujjuaq with a list of priorities to tackle.
Tuberculosis, food security, housing.
Mark Carney is the first Prime Minister in almost 20 years to visit the Inuit homeland of northern Quebec, known as Nunavik, a visit as Ottawa prepares to reassert its northern sovereignty.
To get the full benefit for Inuit of major investments that are possible both in defense and infrastructure, over $40 billion of investment across the homelands. We have to do that right.
Tens of billions of dollars in new federal funding to build new military hubs, roads, and airports.
I'd like to welcome the Prime Minister and other ministers back to the Inuit Crown Partnership Committee table.
Ensuring the people who call this place home are not left behind, a key priority for Inuit leaders.
We are now at another precipice.
Worried the federal government could cut them out of decisions, use their land and resources without improving their quality of life.
There is still time for us to insert the human, the community element into this next wave of militarization in our homeland, so that we don't repeat the mistakes of the past and we don't create undue burden in our society.
We've been the neglected Canadians, because we always say we're Canadians first and first Canadians. But unfortunately, it doesn't show that with our realities that we have in the north.
Carney's visit didn't end with a major announcement, but Inuit leaders say his presence here is an important step towards developing trust and demonstrating that they can work together towards a stronger relationship. Olivia Stefanovich, CBC News, Kuujjuaq.
The U.S. Supreme Court handed President Donald Trump both a defeat and a victory in two closely watched rulings. It rejected his attempt to restrict birthright citizenship, but it cleared the way for states to impose restrictions on transgender student athletes. The court ruled to uphold the principle that nearly all children born on U.S. soil are Americans. Trump was trying to prevent babies born to undocumented immigrants and temporary residents from automatically becoming citizens. He lost. But the president called the ruling on transgender athletes a, quote, big win. It allows states to ban transgender women and girls from playing on female sports teams. The decision says the Constitution does not require schools to determine eligibility based on gender identity rather than biological sex.
Ukraine's current offensive in its fight against Russia's invasion is starting to have a big impact far beyond the war zone. A series of attacks on oil facilities in Russia is causing widespread fuel shortages across that country, a crisis Russian President Vladimir Putin is trying to downplay. Briar Stewart reports.
Across many parts of Russia, cars crowd around fuel pumps, while others sit in long lines, waiting in some cases hours for a chance to fill up. 4.5 years into Moscow's full-scale invasion, Ukraine's attacks on energy facilities. The situation is bad. There are queues everywhere, said this woman. This is the second petrol station where I've tried to fill up today. Where I live, half of the stations are closed, said this man. Russia is one of the world's largest producers of oil and gas, but several regions have restricted the sale of gasoline. Russia's president said the strikes were causing problems, but he said the fuel shortage wasn't critical. In Crimea, which Russia illegally annexed in 2014, authorities have declared a state of emergency. Ukraine has been targeting routes in and out of the Black Sea Peninsula. There have been so many attacks that authorities have even banned the use of motorcycles overnight because they sound too similar to the drones Ukraine has been launching. Some analysts estimate Russia's gasoline output is down by about 20%. The Russian fuel crisis is taking place against the backdrop of the budget crisis and an unprecedented deficit, says this economic analyst, who says it could also drive inflation up. Just how long Russia's gas shortage lasts depends on how quickly Moscow can repair its facilities and whether Kyiv keeps attacking. Ukraine's president vows it will, saying they're carrying out a 40-day campaign to try to create pressure to end the war. Briar Stewart, CBC News, London.
An intense heat wave has settled over some of the most populated parts of the U.S. and Canada. Brutally hot and humid conditions are expected to last for days, and health officials are worried. The CBC's Anand Ram has details on why and how you can stay safe as the temperatures rise.
During a heat wave, these buildings can cook.
They were designed for winter to keep the heat inside. So now we have a totally different environment.
Some units don't have air conditioning, like Fariza Sultani's, and she's seen the heat sneak up on others too.
Some people, they don't know how is the heat problems, you know. Suddenly they faint, they're struggling.
The heat dome is currently parked over the eastern half of the United States, parts of southern Ontario and Quebec, with temperatures expected to sit in the mid to high 30s until the end of the week. The humidity making it all feel worse.
I think I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm going to keep going back into the air conditioning.
And for those who don't have AC, fans can help if it's not too hot indoors.
If the air temperature is higher than body temperature, a fan will just create a convection oven and you'll just heat up a lot faster, especially in older adults.
Also at risk, the unhoused, people with health conditions, and kids too. Experts say pay attention to the warning signs of dizziness and nausea.
I think the other piece that we often don't realize is there's a lot of medications that a lot of us are on. Each of those can either change the way we sense and adjust to heat in our bodies or make us more susceptible.
And with the perfect storm of the World Cup in North America, Canada Day, and the 4th of July, experts say be careful how you celebrate and properly hydrate.
Alcohol, that will dehydrate you even more. Your body will gain heat a lot quicker when you're dehydrated.
Dump it in the cool water and you put it around your neck.
And with climate change adding intensity and frequency to these extreme heat events, helping people keep cool is a small lifeline to an increasingly extended threat. Anand Ram, CBC News, Toronto.
Canadians in every region of the country will be glued to their screens Saturday afternoon when our men's national team takes on Morocco in the FIFA World Cup round of 16. Now, these are teams with a bit of a shared past and a bit of a shared fan base. The CBC's Sarah Levitt sets up the match.
Elation from Morocco soccer fans after their team bested European giants, the Netherlands, to reach the round of 16, where they'll battle Canada Saturday in Houston.
I'm so proud to be a Canadian at this moment.
Canada's, continues to prove that we belong on the world stage.
Morocco came into the tournament ranked 7th, Canada 30th, and the teams have history. Both clashed in the 2022 World Cup group stage, with the Atlas Lions prevailing 2-1. But Morocco's coach says,
To
the people who think the match will be easy, that's not the case. And there's mutual respect from Canada's side.
Given Morocco's last 6 years, I think that they're a modern giant.
At this sports store in Montreal's Little Maghreb, there are a whole lot of Moroccan jerseys for sale, and a sole Canadian one.
Plus populaire ici.
The store owner says he's catering to the clientele. Montreal's home to North America's biggest Moroccan community. Even Morocco's star goalkeeper, known as Bono, was born here. His saves in the penalty shootouts helped secure the win, whipping this Montreal crowd into a frenzy. Now, with a showdown against Canada.
It's a pretty special feeling because it's a game between the two countries I love. My country of birth, Morocco, and the country that warmly welcomed me, which is Canada.
There are still questions, though, around Canadian captain Alphonso Davies. After dealing with a hamstring injury, his sub-in in the 74th minute in the game against South Africa hyped up the team and fans.
He came on in the last 15 minutes, and he made an impact. The question is, how much can he give?
It's already been a historic World Cup for the Canadian men. Now a chance at the quarterfinals is on the line. Sarah Levitt, CBC News, Montreal.
Okay, I'm rooting for a beach shot tonight because felt like a beach day for sure.
Absolutely, and looks like some on the horizon too.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely heading in that direction. And it does look like even tomorrow, if you're heading to the beach, but the North Shore beaches should be great. Onshore wind pretty strong along the Atlantic coastline, but that's never scared anybody off before.
That's true.
But actually, tonight's picture is a little themed picture for tonight. Have a look. We're heading to Sydney, and a beautiful shot here. I believe this was a sunset shot from last night.
Of course, Canada Day, perfect.
Yes. Flag. They're nice, very nice.
Nancy, thank you so much for sharing this. Ryan's picks at cbc.ca. And yes, happy Canada Day to you and to everybody else out there, as we are going to be looking at a pretty good day overall. Yes, some spotty shower chances, especially in the southwest tomorrow, but it's going to be a pretty good day. So get out and enjoy. We'll see winds from the southwest, as we said, 20 gusting 30 to 40. So that will keep the sea breeze certainly prevalent along that Atlantic coastline for tomorrow. Away from that onshore flow is where we'll see those toastiest temperatures. And yes, beachgoers, the Northumberland shore looks pretty good. Pretty good day for beachgoers anywhere on Thursday, though. Do keep your eye on the sky with the scattered shower and thunderstorm risk. That's going to be in the mix Thursday and again on Friday. And it is going to be, one of those days you're going to want to get to the beach, cool off any way you can, because it is going to be peak summer heat and humidity for Thursday and Friday. Feeling well into the 30s when we factor in the humidex, and you can see those dew points north of 20, which means, you just can. Oh, I went through that 7-day forecast. I wonder if I can get it back, but I don't know if I can. I'm trigger happy here on Canada Day. I'm looking to get out of here so fast, but the 7-day does look pretty good if you missed it.
All right, can't blame you for that. Okay, thanks, Ryan. Canada's World Cup workers in Toronto have an unusual new teammate.
Yes, they've drafted a border collie named Ben to an important defensive position, keeping Canada geese away from the pitch.
You ready, Ben? Go get him. Good boy, Ben. And lay down. And lay down. Good job.
There's Ben with his trainer, Gareth Williams. The pup is skilled at chasing the birds away from a training field in Etobicoke.
He's trained to do it without harming them, and it all helps keep the pitch clean for the teams.
City officials say it's a simple solution to a potentially messy problem.
Absolutely.
We understand.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. That's it for us tonight. Happy Canada Day to you all. Happy Canada Day to you folks as well.
Thank you.
As well.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.